Do you ever feel disorganized or have no idea what to say when someone asks you what your New Year's resolution is? Let me show you how to go from chaos to clarity. Hi there, I'm Sloan. I'm a no-sabo kid turned language learner, and one of the things I love most is planning and organization. And a couple years ago, I actually made the transition from paper products to a mostly digital but partially hybrid system. I say that because while I use Notion for most of my planning, I do also supplement that with a Rocketbook, which is one of those digital notebooks that you can just scan in and it automatically becomes a PDF. But one of the main things that I do for planning is an annual review. Now, I've been doing this for about 2 or 3 years now, and it has really helped me in guiding my way to where I want to go and help me align my goals with my values. And of course, using Notion can always help streamline that process rather than having to handwrite everything out and having to create whole new spreads for the entire or for each year. Whereas with Notion, you can just duplicate a template and go from there. Now, to help you on your way, I've also created a free Notion template with 30 journaling prompts to help you reflect and plan. The link is down in the description. Now, let's go ahead and head over there now. All right, here we are. So we can see here, this is the goal setting hub that I've created. Now, as with all things in Notion, everything here is customizable. So anything that you don't like aesthetic wise, or if you don't need a section or want to change anything, completely up to you. You do you. Now we're just going to start from the top. The first thing that you see here is going to be the navigation, which is more centered towards mobile users rather than desktop, because while you get this nice looking dashboard on desktop, if you've ever used Notion on mobile, everything isn't like spread out like this. Everything is stacked up instead. So the navigation really helps jump to specific sections. Now, this first section is just going to be a word of the year shortlist. Normally, I like to choose 3 to 4 words of the year and create a mood board off of those. But some people like to choose 1, some people like to choose 5 or more, whatever works for you. And I'll show you my completed dashboard at the end. Now, this next section is looking back. This is where you're going to do all of your reflections, all of the memories that you want to keep, stuff like that. And so 2024 is the year that and then you want to fill that out with either a single word or a phrase or a big memory that you want to have as the highlight of the year. So like if you got married, you can put that there, or if you moved, or if you transformed, any of those things you can put right there. Now, below that, I've got these little drop downs with little mini journaling prompts. Now, the things to remember section is mostly for like your memories and a little bit of reflection. So what are some of your best memories of the year? What did you accomplish? What are some learning moments you had? What transitions did you make this year? So like if you changed jobs, that would be a transition. If you moved, anytime you're going from one life stage to another, that's what you would kind of put there. Now, the lessons learned section, this is going to be more for specifically what you learned, obviously. So what worked, what didn't, any failures and successes you had, and what you learned from those. And did you do your best? Because even if on paper you didn't accomplish a whole lot this year, or if you accomplished more than you ever could have imagined, you can always reflect on whether that was your best self, because I have a lot of chronically ill friends, and what their best looks like does not look the same as what some type A tech bro, what his best looks like. And then finally, what did you change your mind about? Like, for instance, did you change your mind about a career path, or did you change your mind about wanting kids? Anything like that goes. And then next up is reflection. This is where we're going to get a little deeper. And also, this is where all of those journaling prompts that I had mentioned, they live here. So this is going to be like, what are you proud of? What habits served me well? I'm currently rereading Atomic Habits for the 4th time. And so habits are something that I personally am trying to make more of a strive for. And So that's why I included this here. So what habits serve me well? What habits do I want to let go of in the new year? How have my priorities shifted over the last year? And then what am I most grateful for in the past year? And then if we go into the journaling prompts, you can either handwrite these in your own journal, or each one of these you can open up and put your own writing within the page. It's Notion. You can do what you want. And all of these journaling prompts are a combination of prompts that I've seen across the internet, across many, many different prompt websites. And then about a third of them are from me, myself. And then I've, of course, got a sample playlist here. You can put your own playlist in. This is just one that I've made for the purpose of this template. I've been listening to it myself, and it's been getting me into a really good headspace for productivity and all that. And then the looking ahead section. So this is where you're going to actually do your annual planning. So my theme for the year is that's going to be what you chose over here on your word of the year shortlist. And this is actually a synced block, and it is also synced over into this goal setting page. So whenever you update one, it comes over and automatically populates here. And then over here, I've got a couple more prompts. The idea is to fill out these questions before you fill out this. So, how can I embody my theme this year? What do I want to change in the coming year? What area of life do I want to focus on first this year? And then what do I want this area to look like 1 year from now? So like if you want to focus on your career first, you could say, I want to have a 10% increase in my salary or whatever. Or if you want to focus on your relationships, you could say something along the lines of, I want to enshrine 1 day a week into fully focusing on time with my loved ones. Just things like that. And then from there, you can come over into the breakdown section. So 3 years from now, what do you want your life to look like? Or what is one thing that you want to achieve within the next 3 years? And then you go and break that down within 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, and then 1 month. And then finally, the last thing that I have on here is the 25 and 25. It's such a good number. Nice, and it's not round. Is it round? No. 25 is such a nice number. And like I say up here, use this page in any way that works for you. I designed this so that you could do 5 in each category, like I've got broken down here, or you could do 25 in each category, or you could start with 5 and then decide later on that, hey, I actually want to do more of this thing, and so I'm going to make it more of a focus. Whatever works. And then we're just going to hop over real quick, and I'll go ahead and show you what my setup looks like. I've customized it a little further than this, just because it is my personal one. Okay, so here we have it. I, of course, changed the banner. This is actually the prototype version of the other one, so it's not as many aesthetics. So my possible words of the year, and then I highlighted the ones that I wanted. I actually decided against using consistency because it didn't really go with the vision board that I have, vision board. Also, I do turn 30 this year, which is crazy. So I've got the little 30 birthday thing. I've got a different playlist, which I'm actually going to blur out because it's my actual account and not my public account. So 2024 was the year that I transformed. Even though physically I am the same person, of course, I very much am mentally in a far different place than I was 1 year ago. So transformed. I'm not going to go through all of the looking back things because those do get a bit personal. Okay, so my main word of the year, theme of the year, whatever you want to call it, is bloom. And how I plan to embody that theme this year is by nurturing my budding goals until they become a reality. What do I want to change this coming year? I no longer want to be weighed down with the guilt of not making the progress that I should have made by my age. And then my space doesn't really allow for like the type of filming that I want to do, but hopefully by the end of the year, that'll change. And then this year, I want to focus on making YouTube into a sustainable career for myself, which you can help me do that by liking and subscribing. There we go. But yeah, and then here I do plan on moving internationally, hopefully within the next 3 years, but we'll see how it goes. And then this is just my breakdown of how I plan to do that. And then here is my 25 and 25. I've already filled out all of this. And I do have 25 total items, not 25 in each category. Yeah, rambling aside, thank you so much for listening to that. Just some other quick tips. First of all, you want to actually set aside time to go through this. I probably spent 3 hours going and doing all of my reflections over the course of a few days, but you do want to actually sit down and think through your answers. Also, be honest about your reflections. You're not going to really gain anything by doing this if you're lying to yourself. One more thing is you want to regularly go back and revisit what you've written down in Notion. That can either be through setting up your own synced block so that it comes up when on your whatever dashboards that you use regularly, or you can actually set up time like a calendar reminder or whatever to remind yourself to go and check back. But yeah, like I said before, the template link is down in the description. Go ahead and download that if you'd like and start planning your perfect year. Now I'd like to hear from you. What is your theme this year? Go ahead and drop it down in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful or you'd like to check out some of my other Notion templates, you can go ahead and check out this playlist here.